So I want to go back to when you first were explaining guilt versus shame, because it made me think about you hear parents say to like little kids, like, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. And it
Yes.
makes me wonder, instead of saying that, should the response actually be like, you should feel guilty for doing that? Because it's like if you hit another kid, or if you take your sister's toy and the other kid's crying. I mean, I can remember being told as a kid, like, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself
Yep.
for that behavior. But it was the behavior in the moment. It wasn't like I should be ashamed or of myself for like something that I inherently am. So that intrigued
Yes. So
me.
I'll absolutely answer that question. We as a society use shame to control, and it
Mhm.
looks like it works. So this happens in, Christian churches. It's
Mm.
very rampant in faith communities. It happens in our society as a whole. We use shame to control. But research has shown that although it looks like when you shame somebody, their behavior changes, it actually doesn't. Instead, their behavior goes underground. They hide. They do things in secret. It does not change behavior. And so one of the worst things we can do as parents is shame our children, is tell them you should
Mhm.
be ashamed. You are anything globally that is not healthy or good, right?
Ugh.
Instead, I would question the behavior. Does that behavior feel like the right thing to do? Does that behavior feel kind to you? Does that behavior feel loving? When you ask them that question, then you get them to begin to develop their own moral compass, and they can think, that behavior doesn't feel that way. I don't think I will do that. As opposed to, you should be ashamed, because then it's like, oh, I'm bad. And there isn't a desire to change. There's just a desire to hide the badness, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. And
No, it
so,
totally
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then now going further to the shame versus complex shame. So the way you described it, it makes perfect sense to me because, especially with the whole vulnerability edition, anytime you share something that you feel badly about or you feel like isn't normal, and then you tell somebody and they say, like exactly like you said, oh my gosh, me too, or oh, like, I can totally relate, or oh my God, that happened to me. Then you're immediately, it's like this weight has been lifted. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
insane. That's crazy. I had no idea. And that's truly one of the reasons why I started this podcast, is because I know that there is in all types of relationships, there can be stigma, there can be shame, there can be things that people carry as they leave different relationships for whatever those reasons may be. And
Right.
especially when you go down, maybe like how I kicked off this podcast, maybe you were the other woman, maybe you cheated on your spouse, maybe you've been divorced multiple times, maybe you've had failed engagements. And I hate even using the word failed. Maybe you've had engagements that have ended.
Good.
And
Yeah.
then you're carrying that with you. And I want people to feel comfortable releasing that shame. I want people to feel like they can still go after the life that they want. I feel that we all deserve to be loved and to have that love that we want in our lives. So, again, this just spoke to me so much when you started talking about this. So, the complex piece of it, though, I think that is so much deeper. And
Mm-hmm.
I would love to continue to elaborate on that with you.